This movie's called Autofill and Double Click because that's what we're going to do. We're going to double click the fill handle. And I actually remember the time when I found out that you could do this. It's been some time ago, but it's not entirely obvious, but it provides some convenience when you're trying to fill a series. So we're going to take a look at that, and we're also going to look at the current region and how Excel defines the current region when it's determining what cells to extend the series into. So autofill and double click. We have 5 different regions here. The first one is called fill over existing content. I'm going to start a series by inputting series 1, Control Enter. And when I double click the fill handle, Excel is going to extend this series down to the contiguous range of cells and overwrite the cells or overwrite the current content. Double click, series 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and it stops at the first blank cell. So you can fill over existing content. You can also fill content with reference to the current region. We're going to define in the next 4 examples what the current region entails, and by the time we get through with the last example, you'll have a pretty good idea about what the current region entails. So we're going to select Series 1 again, and when I double-click the fill handle, it's going to automatically advance that series into the blank cells up to a point, and that point is going to be where the current region that's defined by Excel ends where there's a blank row in all of the columns. So when I double-click the fill handle, Excel advances that series into the blank cells until it runs into a blank row. So the content in rows 16 and 17 are not part of the current region. In example 2, I'm going to select that cell, double-click. Excel advances that series down to row 17 because that's the boundary of the current region. It's the first row that Excel runs into that has blanks across the entire area that contains the columns that are part of the current region. So I can advance a series on the left-hand side of the current region, and that goes down to row 14 because row 15 is blank. It used to be that you couldn't do this, by the way, on the left side. Now you can. You can also do it on the right side, and it's going to go down just as far to row 14. All that's required is that some content be in a row in a column that's part of the current region. So when I double-click this series, it'll go down to row 17 because column 4 goes down to row 17. And again, on the right side, you can do the same thing, select the cell, double-click, and have the series extend down to row 17 again. So that's double-clicking autofill. You can fill a series over existing content, and it'll advance that series until it runs into a blank cell. Or you can fill a series in reference to the current region. The current region includes all of these columns adjacent to your active cell down to the point where there's a blank row in each one of those columns. And double-clicking autofill is just a quick way to advance a series into a long range of cells if that's what you're trying to do, rather than grabbing and dragging, which if you're going to go down 10,000 rows could take some time.